Chris.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Boston.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
It's episode 133.
133, and we're coming at you in video format from PAX East in Boston.
Beantown, baby.
This is actually what the inside of Chris looks like.
He's just an avatar of himself.
Right. Oh, good one. There's lots of plush couches.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room for tons of guys.
Yes.
As we already know.
And potential strippers.
Strippers.
The stars have aligned.
The stars have aligned. Boston.
So we're very excited to be back in PAX. Back in Boston for PAX again. There's a lot of awesome games that are coming out this year. PAX is bigger than ever.
Yeah, it moved to a bigger exhibition hall.
Yeah, it's being held this year at the BCEC, which is the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center.
I haven't seen any exhibitionists though.
Weird.
I did. I saw this girl.
Did you?
Yes. She was dressed up like the witch. I don't know. I'm like
the witch.
The witch.
The witch from Left 4 Dead.
Yes, the witch from Left 4 Dead, and she had like the big pointy claws.
That's awesome.
And never mind. I'm not going to get into detail.
So yeah, but moral of the story is that the venue for this year's PAX East is actually probably, we'd say, maybe like 5 times the size.
Oh yeah.
At least 5 times the size of the Heinz Convention Center, which was last year, which was really overpacked and crowded, really poorly laid out.
Too many condiments.
Yeah, way too.
Robin's not here. Someone has to make the bad jokes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna find. Like last year, we discovered Limbo.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
Right.
maybe we'll find like the next great game, or just check out stuff that's coming out later this year. You know, it's always like there's less planning involved with PAX. We just kind of go and discover things. So
yeah, it was just kind of nice. I mean, I hadn't gone into the convention center yet. I actually didn't get in until this evening, right around closing time. But when I was picking up my badge, I saw a huge setup for the new BioShock game, which was pretty awesome.
See if we can get some stuff for that. The new Mortal Kombat is coming out soon. We got some stuff with that. Corey actually played one of the designers of the game. And
no spoiler.
We won't tell you the outcome.
We will not tell you anything.
We should be covering. We're gonna be showing you the Nintendo 3DS, which I'm excited about. I can't wait for Nintendo Eyes.
Some stuff for Portal 2.
Yeah.
Maybe some footage from Duke Nukem Forever.
We'll
Finally.
See. Finally. And I'm sure plenty of surprises that we cannot possibly anticipate.
How about maybe a movie review?
Maybe a movie review. So there's a lot of stuff in this episode. As always, I hope you enjoy. And why don't we get to day one?
Let's get to it. Starlight. All right, we're here with Brian Leberon. He's a designer for Mortal Kombat. So it's kind of like a reboot for the franchise, kind of going back to its roots. What could you tell us about the game?
Yeah, we're really trying to pay attention to what the fans have to say about the game. The last few have been in 3D, and they're pretty good games, but we really wanted to get back to the roots of the first 3, which made made Mortal Kombat. I remember sitting in the arcades when I was a little kid, putting quarters up, playing the games. Actually here in New York, I grew up used to play at Times Square Arcade back in the day. So it's a good homage to me to be back here in New York. It's awesome. But our game, we're really trying to get that feel that you had when you played those games, and we're trying to actually add a lot of depth as well. So it's a casual, easy to accessible, very accessible, but also still, got the layers of depth to make the hardcore gamers really excited about it, give it a tournament level gameplay. So we're going to have both worlds. We kind of get a good balance between that. So.
Great. Can we check out some gameplay?
Yeah, we'll show you some right now. For this demo, we have a Noob and Kano. Is something new for the demo. I'll give you a quick little demo of a Noob here. You can pick whoever you want to pick.
Corey versus Brian here. It's gonna be a good match, interesting match. We've got a big challenge, Corey.
Got the king.
Yeah, a lot of the 2D gameplay that you've known from the past, like a lot of the jabbing out of the air, jump kicks, a lot of that stuff like Scorpion, jump kick, teleport, spear, like all that stuff is still intact. Ermac's the same way. We have him in this build. A lot of the old custom combos that people would come up with, are still possible. So it really feels a lot like the older games. And we have we're paying a lot of attention to personalities of characters. Like we don't want them to just be, here's Liu Kang, here's this, he's got the gobble noise. All right, next. We're actually like in between rounds, they actually do something that's more character specific. Their intros, their victories, everything's really character specific. Like the noob, for instance, he does a lot of moves based with his shadow. Like a lot of his taunts, everything is based around his shadow. Kind of give him personality more than, and everything's very unique. So like all the animations are unique. They're not shared between characters. A lot of stuff we've really tried hard to separate each character, make them feel different, play different, but still have the same feel from the old games. Our special moves have an enhanced version. So if you take a look at the super bar here, we have like an enhanced version. So if I want to do, like if he does can you throw one of the fireballs?
Oh.
You remember how to do it?
I was just doing it.
Or any one of his special moves will be fine. His fly kick, I think it's backboard.
There we go.
You do that move, and then if you do it while hitting the trigger button here, it'll also do an enhanced version. You're burning one of your meters.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay.
So it'll burn one of your meters, which kind of gives it a little bit more juice, a little bit more reach, and a little bit. But you also wasted it from one of your bars. So there you go.
Yeah.
So now, or you could save it up like I have here and do actually let me hit you with it. And if you do like an enhanced move, which is an X-ray move, it uses your whole bar, but it's also very, very powerful and damaging, as you can see.
That is disgusting and awesome.
Lost teeth.
Awesome. I'm glad you liked it. It's one of my favorite ones.
I like how he's still bloody and stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of decal system and damage on the characters. The cloth will rip, chunks of flesh hanging off, and then the blood decal will actually decal the players as it splats them.
Come on, Corey, you're getting your butt kicked here.
It just started happening. I don't know.
He's like Noob's a very good keep away character to keep him away from it.
Look at him. He's like
It's all bloody. Yeah.
So how many fatalities does each character have?
We're at least one we're telling you about for now. But expect more.
Awesome. We can get to see one here.
Maybe. Even his combos, we try to work the shadow into the combos. A lot of character personalities. Something I've really thought was missing in the last few games. All feel and look the same.
I think he's got you, Corey.
It's not over.
Coming to an end.
It's not over. Oh.
Oh, I think it's over. Oh, here we go.
One of my more favorite ones.
That is
another thing where fans were asking for more gruesome fatalities, and I think this might have done the job.
I think so. I
looked away
think people will be
during that one. Excellent.
That's great. When can we expect the game to be released?
April 19th. It's right around the corner.
I'm definitely excited. I was always a big Mortal Kombat fan, so check it out when it comes out, April 19th. Thanks a lot, Brian.
All right, guys, we're live here at PAX East 2011 in Boston.
Day number 2.
Deuce. Look at this behind us, guys. It's pretty amazing. This place is probably, 5 times the size of last year's venue over at the Heinz Convention Center. And we have, on the opposite side, of course, if you want to pan over to your right, we have another half of the entire convention center over there, Corey. Over there, Corey. It's actually, the other half of the convention center is all dedicated to table games and all that type of crazy stuff, too. So we have this huge place here. Behind us is all the expo floor. Over there, we have all the table games. We've got tons of theaters and ballrooms. We're going to go check out Major Nelson's Xbox panel later on today at the Manticore Theater. But what do you guys think? Day 2.
I'm geared up. I think that there's a lot more people here than yesterday. The whole thing sold out, and it's pretty evident that this year is much bigger than last year. I mean, if this is the way things keep going, this could be as big as PAX Prime.
Absolutely.
Totally.
What do you think, Rob?
I think it's awesome. I'm just especially from last year, it was just we got into one of the rooms and it was tiny, and they're like, this is it, and it was just. This time, it screams just epic, and it's just more along the lines of something like Comic-Con, you know.
So yeah, you look at the difference in 1 year makes essentially. So
including the smell, by the way.
Including the smell, yeah, exactly.
There's
the difference,
Comic-Con smell.
the difference that 1 year makes from where we were last year at the Heinz Convention Center, we were all cramped, shoulder to shoulder. It's not a great experience. And you look at this year, we have this entire huge exhibition floor behind us. What's it going to be like next year? I'm going to predict that this whole entire room over here is going to be full of the stuff that you see behind us. And they're going to,
Yeah.
But you guys are probably all wondering, who the fuck is this guy? Would you care to introduce yourself? I think some of the Media Junkyard listeners might actually know who you are, but...
I'm Andy.
It's Andy Fidel.
Fidel Style.
So Andy's here with us in Boston, hanging out at PAX East. It's going to be a pretty awesome weekend. We're already having a blast. We went to the movies last night, which you'll hear all about later on in the show. But yeah, man, I'm excited.
I say cue the segment music.
Cue it up.
Box office blitz. Box office blitz. Box office blitz. Box office blitz.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Welcome to Box Office Blitz, live in Boston. So we're here at PAX East again, but last night we had the opportunity to go check out the movie that we've all been waiting for ever since we saw the viral marketing campaign at Comic-Con last year, and that was Battle Los Angeles. So we were all super psyched to go check out this movie. I know we were all amped. We were at dinner having a few drinks. We're all getting excited to go check out this flick. So we get there. I get my popcorn, as per usual. We sit down, and we start watching this movie. And guess what?
Sucks.
It sucked so bad. Oh, my God. I mean, we were literally, I had to drink a 5-hour energy in the middle of the movie just to keep myself awake to watch the entire thing. Rob, let me get your first impressions of the movie. Other than the fact that it sucked.
I just honestly, I think Chris said it best, and I'm trying to remember what he said. It was the most boring action movie I've ever seen.
Ever.
There was tons of explosions and a lot of action, but it sucked.
It was so bad. Andy, what'd you think?
It has explosions, yet I fell asleep twice in the movie. That says something. I'm falling asleep. I think everyone was falling asleep in the movie. It was fucking terrible.
Corey.
Guys, I gotta say this. It was it wasn't my favorite movie at all. But my favorite line. What was that shit? It was, I've already had breakfast, sir. If you see that, you'll fucking know what that means. But no, it was craptastic.
So one of the big key points that we talked about last night after we saw the movie is how unimportant each character in the movie was. At the end of the movie, it didn't matter who was who. I
didn't know who half the people were.
You don't even know their names. It's just Ana Lucia was in this flick, and dude, she should have died like she did in Lost. Sorry, Corey.
I'm glad she stayed alive. This is one of the first movies ever.
Spoiler.
Just say it. Yeah.
Totally not a spoiler.
Yeah. So the movie was craptastic. We all saw it for free, and we still wanted our money back. Except for Coke. Yeah, Coke had to pay $1.50 to see the movie. But all right, so Battle of Los Angeles, the way I predicted it was one of the best trailers ever for a shittiest movie of the year, at least so far.
I can agree with that.
It was so bad. I mean, I had so many high hopes for this movie. It just did not deliver. And I'm very upset, actually.
My least favorite part was, it's not a spoiler, first 10 minutes, half the cast dies.
Yeah.
Literally, half the cast
Seriously,
is dead.
half the people you get to know in the first 10 minutes, dead. And you see that in the trailer, so it's not even a big deal. But all right, let's figure out a rating system for Battle Los Angeles.
I don't know. Can we do negative ratings? Is that
we could do negative ratings. I think we will impose a negative rating scale for this particular movie. But on a scale of negative veterinarians. Corey, how many negative veterinarians do you give this movie?
I give it negative 75 veterinarians.
Negative 75 veterinarians. Andy?
I'm giving it negative 50 veterinarians.
Rob?
I'd say a good solid negative 60 veterinarians.
Negative 60 veterinarians. I'm going to say $1. No, this is the worst movie I've seen this year, so take it for that, man. Don't go see Battle Los Angeles. It sucked balls. Hey, let's go back into PAX. What do you guys think?
Sounds good. Let's get...
It's windy as shit out here.
It's really windy, and my nipples are hard.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here with Josh Glavin. We're talking about Shoot Many Robots. Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, dude.
All right, now tell us a little bit about this game.
Shoot Many Robots is a run-and-gun action platformer RPG. Yeah. You know what? The people on the floor have been calling it Border Slug, which I think is fine with me. I like to think of the game as basically like a mix between Metal Slug and Borderlands on a drinking binge.
All right. It's a side-scrolling game. Yeah. So tell us about some of the, what are they doing right now?
So these guys right now, they're outfitting their characters. The game's RPG. The RPG mechanics are based on these 3 items that you carry. Okay. There's going to be over 200 items in the game that you can carry. Each one of them has a unique ability or buff that it gives you. So you kind of create your own character class by outfitting them with these different items.
All right, what are some of the examples, some of the famous ones, some of your favorites maybe?
Favorite item is beer helmet. The beer helmet lets you carry more health. I think the show favorite item though has been the fairy wings. So you can see the little pink wings that this guy's wearing. All
right. Go on, show us some of the fairy wings.
He's picking up his stuff right now. Come on, Bryce, you get some fairy wings for yourself.
We need some gameplay.
There you go. Fairy wings.
Statistics say jump height 10, speed 5.
So there's a lot of
fashionable.
Very.
I like it.
So there's a lot of things that you can equip your character with. So yeah. I mean, is there like what kind of story is going on? What's the whole mission? What is your objective?
The whole setup is you play this guy named P. Walter Tugnut. P stands for Pickles, but he doesn't go by Pickles because Pickles Tugnut is a terrible name. He goes by Walter. He's kind of like this crazy redneck guy, maybe a little mashup sort of a character like Tallahassee and the Heavy from Team Fortress 2. You remember Tallahassee from Zombieland, right?
Yeah.
He's like this crazy. Tugnut is this crazy sort of redneck that lives in this ramshackle RV out in the countryside. And he's kind of like one of those dudes that's been waiting for the apocalypse to come. You know, he's been collecting guns and beer for years. And at the outset of the game, the robots are sort of invading from this crazy factory that sort of turned itself on and started building its own robots to sort of invade the world. And this is like the greatest day of his life, man. He's been telling everybody that the apocalypse was coming. And this is that day.
So he gets to show his skills off.
Yeah, man. He's been waiting for this day forever.
Now we see right here, this is there's 4 people playing.
Yeah.
But 2 of them are on a different system. So this is online.
Yeah, 4-player online co-op and 2-player local.
Okay.
We call it couch co-op. Yeah, so you can play with your friends 4-player online, but if you want to play with your buddy, you can only play 2-player local.
Okay. Let's check out some of the.
We're playing a Media Junkyard exclusive version of the game, are we not?
Yeah. This is the first time we've had anybody play 4-player traversal mode. It's actually the first time it's been on camera.
So we looked at. That's pretty good.
It's pretty chaotic. 4-player is kind of crazy, but if you work as a team, you can get high scores. Is a huge part of the game. You can see we have a little combo multiplier up here, and your friend's next high score on the right there. Where every single level in the game has a scoreboard for 1 through 4 players. So you get together with your buddies, 4 players, and try to top out those scoreboards.
So pretty competitive, like competitive co-op.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty competitive. Co-opetition. Who told you that? I thought I made that stuff up. I thought I made that up. I've been telling people all week, co-opetition. No, but if you work as a team, you're gonna get the right gear, gonna kind of set up complementary gear of each other. You're gonna get that high score. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
When is it gonna be released?
Sometime early 2011. We're not saying quite yet.
9 months, he said.
Guaranteed in 2011, sometime soon.
And where are we gonna find it? Is it Xbox Live?
We're kind of being a little shifty on that too. I mean, obviously you guys are playing on Xbox right now. Right. We're kind of keeping it open. We're trying to hit maybe hit all the platforms if we can. We're keeping it open right now.
All right. Well, thank you, man. Thanks for talking to us.
Good talking to you guys. Have fun.
Robots must die.
What are your thoughts?
Dude, this game's nuts, man. It reminds me of like old school like Contra, But
yeah, that's what I get from watching it.
It's cool. These little robots are badass. My guy's got a beer helmet on, so I'm just running around. The way you get your power and your energy is from drinking beer, which we like here in the Junkyard.
Very nice.
But, dude, I'm just like running around just blasting shit with a shotgun. It's awesome.
Which character are you, Andy?
I got the tutu on right now, which will let me stay in the air longer when it floats up.
So you got a little parachute?
I got a little parachute action, and I got some like Rockstar helmet rocking right now.
Are you the guy with the bag head?
I got the.
Oh, you got the beer helmet.
I've also got the pink wings.
All right. Who has the sliding pants?
I also have sliding
You have
pants.
the sliding pants.
Watch, ready?
Wait, watch him. Oh, you just like tripped that guy.
No idea.
So another part of the game that you get to collect the bolts from the enemies.
Nuts, man. You gotta
the
collect
nuts. You got to get the nuts, and then you can get more unlockable features.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool. What's up, man?
Look at this guy. Oh, look at nuts! Oh, nuts!
Winning, anyone? I don't live in the middle anymore. That's where you get slaughtered. That's where you get embarrassed in front of the prom queen.
All right, so we're wrapping up day 2. You guys finally had a chance to check out the floor. So what'd you think?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. I mean, like I said before, like the size of the expo floor here, as opposed to what was last year, is drastically larger. It's awesome. So many games from all different platforms, even the board games, which I really don't give a shit about. But like Xbox Live represented. We have the arcade games. We have PS3. We have PC games. We have the Nintendo 3DS, and it's just so much cool stuff here, man. It's a lot to take in. Tabletop board games, yeah.
We saw G4 floating around.
Yeah. Saw Morgan Webb.
She didn't like Web Alert.
Yeah,
all right. So Andy, what surprised you this year versus last year?
All the AAA games like Rage, you got everything like that's not even coming out for a couple of years. BioShock, even though they're not really showing anything, but still making a presence. Like everything that's AAA, not just like all the indie games anymore.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big step up. So what's the most awkward thing you've seen today?
Most awkward that crazy chick with these huge like gargoyle wings like giving out cookies.
All right.
But how cool is it to shoot robots in the junkyard though?
In the junkyard, we saw the junkyard and we all kind of geeked out.
Many robots, looks pretty awesome.
There was like a little squee that came out of walls. We're like, oh, junkyard! All right, so Corey, we've done most surprising thing. What is the best thing you've seen today?
The best thing I've seen today? I would have to... Yeah, it had to be Boston. No.
Gross.
No, I think the best thing that we've seen today, besides the Mortal Kombat, the Gears of War, what else? Rockstar, LA Noir.
Who are you looking to behind you? You're like...
Well, no, I'm looking over at them.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Is someone feeding you answers?
Yeah. I got a little puppet in the back of me. The gun stringer.
The gun stringer, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how you control it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought one of the coolest booths that we saw today was probably the NVIDIA booth for all their video cards. Like some ridiculous setups for the dual video cards thrown on like 14 different screens, streaming to you in 3D. The only thing that sucks about those, in my humble opinion, is the fact you have to wear those really uncomfortable glasses. But the things looked awesome. Like, I mean, the rigs themselves look pretty killer, especially the one with like the water coolant system on the inside, which is pretty awesome.
You know what didn't look awesome?
What's that?
You in those glasses?
Yeah, I know, right? This is probably the reason why I'm never gonna get one.
That's the only reason?
And I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. We have a huge day tomorrow and a lot of surprises in store. So why don't we just get to it there?
Maybe go to the pet store. Let's go.
Pet store.
All right, we're here checking out the 3DS, Nintendo 3DS. I guess what can you tell us about the system in general?
Well, the system in general, this is the obviously the best handheld system that we put out. The screens are better than anything we've ever offered before, but most notably, the top screen is 3D. You have the 3D depth slider here at the bottom, so when it's down at the bottom here, it's in 2D, but as you slide it up, it moves into 3D. Unfortunately, it doesn't really pick up on camera because you got to be looking at it a certain sweet spot there. Most of the games I like to have in 3D. This one in particular, so it's got so much going on in the background, and they're so they're so bright and stuff that I normally just do a little bit of 3D on here to add some depth. But really for whatever is your sweet spot, everybody's kind of their eyes are different.
Can I play with
But yeah, absolutely.
Wow. It actually looks really good. That's amazing. I wish everyone could see it on the camera, but you can't.
This particular game, the Pilot Wings, a lot of people have been fans of this for a long time. But this here, you're actually exploring Woohoo Island, which was pretty popular in the Wii Sports Resort, as well as Wii Fit Plus. You get to do a lot of things on this island.
You have that really big.
So actually, the thumb pad feels really nice here. The
that's a
analog
new
stick
addition
there.
as well. That's the circle pad. Nice feeling on your finger there. Pops back into place right when you let go as well, and great way to control the games.
Now, there's some games built into the system too as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd have to jump onto another system for that one. This particular has a demo game on there, so it doesn't utilize the functions of the 3DS. But yeah, there's tons of stuff that actually comes with the system. You get 6 AR cards that actually open up whenever you focus on these different cards. A game pops out of them. So take the question mark for the augmented reality cards. A whole game pops out open into the space where you're playing. There's also face raiders, which is really fun. You take a picture of your face or someone else's face, and you try to get that back. So to do that, you have to battle it, and you're actually using the space around you. So as you're moving around in a circle, trying to shoot these faces, sometimes one of them will pop through the wall, and there's some other neat things about it as well. Like every once in a while, if there's someone in the background while you're playing, it'll grab their face and pull it into the game as well. So you end up just with these random faces running around.
Now, what are the online capabilities of the system?
Well, there's tons. There's actually, of course, you have the ad hoc where you can you have the DS to DS. You also can do the Wi-Fi connection to play certain games. But there's also something called Spot Pass and Street Pass. As you're in Street Pass in sleep mode, as you're walking around, other people's game information will get pushed onto your system. So someone may be walking around with their Mii, which you can also create in this system as well. Their Mii will jump onto your system, and you can look at it and collect different people's Miis. Also their game information. Let's say you have like a fast time in a game, it'll push that to their system as well. So you can, it kind of builds a community of gamers. And there's also the Spot Pass, which is a way for when your system is in sleep mode, it's always pushing information if you're on a Wi-Fi connection. So certain things will be downloaded to your system without you even knowing about it. So every morning you could wake up and have something new on your system. There's also a few other things too, like there's it's an activity meter. So if you have this in your pocket, as you're walking around, it'll trace how much you've walked around. So it kind of builds people to, one thing to carry your 3DS with you all the time, but also kind of encourages activity. It's also got a built-in 3D camera in here too, so you can take 3D pictures. The system itself comes with a 2 gig SD card, so you can store those pictures on there. If someone else has a 3DS, you can send that 3D photo to them and they can view it on their 3DS. Or you could take it off a 2D image and put it on your computer or upload it to Facebook.
So for people not in the know, how much is it going to cost and when is it coming out?
Yeah, actually it launches on March 27th. It's going to retail for $249.99. And we're super excited. I can't wait to get my hands on one for sure.
It's awesome, and it really does look good. Trust me.
All right, yeah, you got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
used to tell stories of a man who saved the world. A man whose very presence sent aliens running back to their motherships. The man who disappeared without a trace. When the invaders came back, they came back angry. They tore our planet apart, bit by bit. But they made one mistake. They shouldn't have gone after our women.
Damn it. Why do they always take the hot ones? Right in the jewels. Rest in pieces. What? Did you think I was gone forever? Hell, I'd still hit it. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Coochie coochie. Hail to the king, baby.
What about the game, Duke? Was it any good?
Yeah, but after 12 years, it should be.
All right, guys, we're here with Chris Failer from Gearbox Games with Duke Nukem Forever. Chris,
what's up?
What's going on, man? It's been about, what, almost 10 years, 15 years since Duke Nukem 3D?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah? We're excited for the launch of Duke Nukem Forever coming when?
It's coming May 3rd, North America, May 6th, worldwide.
Awesome, awesome. So we've been kind of checking out some of the coverage of the game behind us. Dude, it looks awesome.
Oh, thanks.
It looks phenomenal. It looks just as fun, if not better, than what we're used to from 10, 15 years ago with the old Duke. Let me ask you a quick question, right? All right, so this is the first time you're developing Duke for a platform. Am I correct? I mean, a console, rather.
It's a yes and no. Like, you know, originally 3D Realms did a lot of work with other developers back in the day. They did Duke Nukem Time to Kill on PlayStation 1, Duke Nukem 64. There was Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. But this is the first time that anyone's ever brought Duke Nukem Forever to a console.
That's awesome, man. So we're looking at some of the crazy stuff that's happening behind us, right? What is your favorite part of the game that's been developed from the Duke Nukem comedy standpoint? Give me an example of your favorite Duke Nukem punchline or action sequence.
You know, it's really hard to actually pick one favorite because there's so many good ones in there. A lot of them, we've shown some in the trailer, in the demos that we're having here at PAX East, but a lot of the others we're just kind of keeping secret up until the game comes out. Actually, what I'd really say is we've just relaunched the official site, and leading up to that, we spent a lot of time in the office listening to the one-liners that we were going to put in there, right? And we couldn't decide because they were all so hilarious. So, like, if you want a really good taste of Duke that you haven't seen before, go to the official site, check it out, and just listen to some of the quips, read the character bios. There's some really funny stuff in there.
And what's that website?
That's DukeNukemForever.com.
Excellent. So DukeNukemForever.com. Check out for all the cool one-liners from the new Duke Nukem Forever game. And one last thing, this is probably the first time you're developing a Duke Nukem game in which you get to create your own achievements, perhaps, for Xbox Live. You got some fun achievement descriptions coming up?
We're not really talking about the achievements. There will be achievements, obviously.
Right.
What I will say is we're staying as true to the original vision that 3D Realms had as we can. You know, Gearbox owns Duke Nukem as a brand. We acquired it last year. So with Duke Nukem Forever, we really just want to deliver on that vision that 3D Realms had, that game that everybody's been waiting 10, 12, 15 years for. And then where the universe goes from there, we'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, thank you so much for letting us hang out here at Duke Nukem Forever. Guys, check out DukeNukemForever.com. We'll see you next time.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind, say apple. Apple. Simple word, apple. Just say apple, classic, very simple. A-double-P-L-E. Just say apple. Easy word, isn't it? Apple. How would you use it in a sentence? This apple's crunchy, you might say. I'm not even asking you for the whole sentence, just the word apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
All right, let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told. Just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts. Dave Johnson here. That's it. Get out. Go have fun at PAX. Wait. Come back. Buy my game. Okay, now get out.
So we just saw some awesome footage from Portal 2, and we're here with Josh Wire. Josh, what can you tell us? What's the biggest difference between Portal 1 and Portal 2?
Well, there's a lot of new stuff, but I think the biggest thing is the two-player co-op that we made. It's a totally separate track from the single player. It's got its own story elements, and you get to play, like I said, 2 players. And if you remember the length of Portal 1, just the co-op by itself is twice as long as that whole game. So there's a lot of new stuff here.
You introduced some new characters. Also, there's like the new blue gel. It's just amazing. What was part of the process between making all these additions from the first to the second game?
It came from all over the place. Some of it was that ideas that we had at the end of Portal 1 that we wanted to try. Sometimes it was, a big element of Portal 1 was sort of that really dynamic, frantic, sort of like flinging through the air. But some people had trouble with that, so we wanted to find some mechanics that could also help everyone kind of have that same experience. And if you were a Portal ninja, to kind of increase that experience and let you do some new stuff. But also, if you've seen, there was a student group from DigiPen who did this game called Tag the Power of Paint. And just like the Portal 1 guys who came from DigiPen, we hired those guys on, and so that's kind of the genesis for the gels that you see in the game.
That's awesome. Of course, there was GLaDOS last time, and the epic song. Is there anything along those lines this time around?
Yeah, Jonathan Colton worked with us again to do the ending song, and actually we've just announced that we worked with the National to embed another song in the game. We won't tell you where that is, but it was really fun working with those guys, and I think fans will be excited.
Is the cake still a lie?
Oh, I can't spoil any cake stuff. Come on.
I had to ask, though.
That's fair.
So how has the response been? Now at PAX, you're demoing a lot more stuff, and like you said, this is really an opportunity for the fans to get a look rather than the developers and whatnot. So what's the reception been like?
It's been awesome. It's always so great to be out here with our fans. I mean, people loved Portal 1 so much, and we've been getting such a positive buzz out of Portal 2. So it's just great to be out here. There's so many like characters dressed up from Portal. We've seen companion cubes, we've seen Chell. So it's a lot of fun.
Have you had a chance to check out the floor yet?
No, I've been in the booth the whole time. So hopefully I'll get a chance to get out and see some stuff.
Very cool. Thanks for taking some time to talk to us.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So as you guys just saw, Boston had some time to talk with Chris about Duke Nukem 3D. We weren't able... Duke Nukem Forever. And thank you, sir. It's been a long day. We had lots of drinks last night. Yeah. We weren't able to show any gameplay, but you guys were able to play the game. Yes. So first thoughts?
First of all, Corey, the guy said, "Oh, put it on very easy." Corey's like, "No way, Jose."
Thanks, Robin.
I want it on the hardest difficulty.
Well, to tell you the truth, no. He said it. He was like,
"Oh, my hand."
No,
thank you.
It's my show now. No, he says, he goes to me. He says, "You can put it on easy. Just for And he's like, "No, but there's this difficulty. There's this medium, and then there's the hard. But just put it on easy." I'm like, "Come on, that's telling me to put it on hard, right?"
No, that's not.
It's like, oh no, you could be a little pussy for it. just take the easy road. No, I never take the easy road. Yes, I thought it was, but I only died once.
That's true.
Pretty good.
But then we all told you so. We're like, oh, well, we told you so.
What do you think of the game?
No, the game was awesome, dude. It's gonna come out. I'm definitely gonna get it. I don't know about you guys.
I think I'm gonna get it.
Probably.
I was a big Duke Nukem fan, and this looks sick. I have all the old features. Like I saw they have like Hollow Duke and like all the. It's very
the sexy ladies.
There's like sexy ladies. I sucked at it. But I think it was mostly because of the sensitivity of the joystick.
Yeah, sure.
I would like
don't talk about joystick. Is your joystick too sensitive?
My joystick is too sensitive.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
I got curb stomped by the big monster in the beginning. My excuse is I'm too good for it.
My excuse is it was 12 years since you played the last Duke Nukem.
It was 12 years since I played the last Duke Nukem. I had to get back into the vibe.
I like the fact that they even mentioned that, and they kind of crack jokes about it, too.
Yeah. The beginning is like actually like I don't know again. Well, it's funny. It's good.
Yeah. So it feels like the game is back and better than ever. I'm kind of stoked for it.
It looks like it's gonna at least I mean, is it worth 10, 12 years? Probably not, but it looks like it's gonna be pretty damn good.
They're gonna try to make up for lost time. Yeah, I think it's
awesome. And then right after that, we saw Darkness 2. Yeah. So we were able to see footage from that, but once again, we weren't able to film any of it. So I played the Darkness one. Is this the first experience seeing the Darkness for both of you?
I mean, I played a little bit of it from the first one, so a while ago. So like I kind of knew about like the awesome like demon thingies, but
demon thingies. Yeah, love it.
It looks like the art style is a little different in this one, and it's very, very, very gruesome.
Oh, it's super gruesome, and then there's lots of cursing. It's definitely not a kid's game whatsoever. They called the art style comic noir, which I think was kind of fitting.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, they wanted to make it look like you were, as if it was a graphic novel, in video game form. So it was very cool art style.
And like the textures, I thought the textures were done really well. You said a lot of it was hand painted.
It was hand painted by the artist, so it was pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like it's a big departure from the way the first one was. The first one was like a lot of kind of creeping around in the darkness, and there's a lot of distance. And they said they do not want that to happen in this game. They want it to be up close and personal. They want you to see the whites of your enemy's eyes. And it is gruesome, and it's awesome.
I mean, honestly, the first one, it was okay, but this one actually, it has me sold. Like, I want to pick it up, as soon as it comes out. It looks like a really fun game. You could execute enemies in so many different ways. You could, slice them whatever way you want. It's sick.
I think it's a cool mix of a first-person shooter and then also bringing in, supernatural elements. I really feel like most games don't do that. It's either one or the other.
There's not much, no other really game like it. And you can dual-wield guns and have the two arms. So you have, 4 things going on. 4 different weapons, essentially, at the same time. So
I definitely say it's totally a win. Both titles look like they're going to be epic. And I think they're both from 2K also.
Is it?
I
don't know.
think so.
Can't vouch for that.
All right, I might be lying.
Yeah, no, awesome though. Can't wait.
All right, cool.
All right, so coming through here, guys. So, in the book called 101 Ways to Not Get Laid, this is on page 64. Wow.
All right, that's it. It's Sunday. We've hit everything. The show's almost over. What do we
hit everything? How many things broke?
A lot of stuff broke, apparently. What do we think? What's the overall consensus of the show this year?
It's been awesome, man. I mean, like I said before in the beginning, the PAX East has surpassed PAX Prime in its size and presence in Boston. So, I mean, you can see right behind us, the show floor is still crazy in the waning hours of Sunday.
Yeah.
This place is amazing. It's pretty awesome. So you can definitely see that PAX has done a great job really improving PAX East to the event that it is today. So, and only after 1 year of being here. So they've done a really, really good job with setting this up.
They totally stepped up their game. I'm really proud of what happened. I'm also really proud of what we were able to see and what we were able to do. Looking at what our expectations were from last year, to go from a lot of unknown titles and a lot of indie stuff to go into some big titles that we covered.
Tons of console stuff.
Oh,
here.
so much
like
console
where there
stuff.
wasn't so much console stuff last year, for especially Xbox and PlayStation. But here it's fully represented. I would say a good 60% of the stuff on this floor is for console. So it was a lot of cool stuff to see that we saw some stuff that's not going to come out for another year even.
Yeah.
So we had a really good sneak peek of some pretty amazing games coming out. So a lot of fun.
I feel like PAX is starting to become like an E3 but for consumers, where it's not an industry event, but it's like a big video game convention that people could check out games before they're released, but for all the consumers, people that are playing the games.
Yeah, and we got to go to one panel. We got to go to the Xbox Live Major Nelson's panel.
It's like our annual panel now.
I know, that's our annual panel. And we also saw a guy at that panel propose to his wife.
Oh, that's right.
In front of the entire damn panel, which is kind of weird. But we were there for it.
I gotta say, I think you're 100% right. Any of the developers we talked to were so happy to have instant feedback. Like they knew what was working and they knew what wasn't working, and you could tell from the lines who was actually getting a really good response, or what people were like, I feel like this should be tweaked. That's something that they don't get really from developers. It's different when it's fans of the properties, and like the guys from Portal said, it's exciting to have people dressed up in costume, and it's a great feeling. I feel like it's a really feel-good event for everyone, and it's definitely I'm looking forward to next year now.
Me too. Like as before, we're like, it was a good show, but we're like, all right, we almost didn't come.
Yeah, but I'm happy that we did.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, great choice. So
next year,
PAX 2012, Boston. Want even more people to come hang out with us in Boston.
Yeah.
For Media Junkyard's coverage of PAX 2012.
Big thanks to Shuby and Corey and Andy. It was cool hanging out. Yeah.
What up?
Matt Loves TV, I'm calling you out again because this is the second year in a row that we were here and we did not see you.
Matt may love TV, but I don't think he loves
Media Junkyard. Yeah.
Here.
So I guess that about wraps everything up.
I just want to say that from seeing all the games, just real quick, from seeing all the games this year, I'm gonna go broke, I think, this year with all the awesome video games that maybe I wasn't considering or weren't on my radar, but now are because I actually saw them in person. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess now that pretty much wraps it
So
up.
now that wraps it up.
Yes. So I guess
we'll be back to a regular audio episode next week, and I guess until then,
I'm Rob.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Boston.
And we're saying, tune in and rock on.
Loaded, okay?
Loaded.